What is this thing that looks to be made out of some kind of brass and has some kind of trigger mechanism? The knob on the side of the trigger seems to move the whole thing up and down at the seam and has some slots in the bottom where something seems to come out from. It is also frozen. I can't get the trigger to move. It just goes up and down with the knob, and the other smaller knob does not move or unscrew. Any ideas? It's the scarificator, designed to create multiple cuts simultaneously. Underneath there are 8 slots. Each one of these slots conceals a razor blade. How do you use it? You retract the blades and cock them into position using the lever. The device would then be placed blade side down on a patient's arm, press the release button, and the blades dart out and make incisions in the flesh. The narrow and quickly delivered punctures, produced by the scarificator, made it a supposedly less painful bloodletting technique designed to balance the humors of the body. What is this bell made of solid wood that's been in my mother's house for years? I thought it might be a doorstop as it's pretty heavy solid wood and has these odd grooves on the bottom. I tried to Google image search, but that only returned images of actual bells. I'm questioning my doorstop idea since it's not super heavy and seems like too smooth to stop a door. Any ideas? It's a 19th century Masonic setting maul. It's a wooden hammer used by operative masons to set the stones in their proper positions in the mortar. In speculative Freemasonry, it is considered to be a symbol of untimely death. In some lodges, it is improperly used by the master as his gavel, from which it totally differs in form and symbolic signification. The gavel is a symbol of order decorum. The setting maul is a symbol of death by violence. What is this fan-like thing with interior panels, but definitely not a fan? It is about 1 foot long with the outside made of wood and the inside made of a thick paper. I found it in a thrift store, but nobody knew what it actually is. It kind of reminds me of a newspaper comic strip or something. I tried searching for fan-like books as well as Middle Eastern folding books, but these searches have not given me any results close to what I have here. Any ideas? It's an antique Buddhist Burmese sutra manuscript. This peculiar technique was originally invented and imported from India. The traditional Indian technique involved stacking on top of each other dry palm leaves that were cut into a rectangular shape. From my understanding, sutras are texts that represent the words spoken by the Buddha. I just checked one of these online with the price of $1,700 US. I recently bought these at an estate sale for $10 because I thought they looked cool. Each one is made of wood, about 18 by 9 inches, and weighs about 2 pounds. The burlap-looking material is woven tight but pliable. The straps are made of leather, and there's a patent number in the bottom. I believe the wood may be oak and possibly industrial-type rivets. Any ideas? These are old-school snowshoes, but a special type for dog sledding, I think. It has a Swiss patent on January 24th, 1911 by Michael Wipfleis-Gragen of Uri, Switzerland. I had a similar shaped pair with rubber webbing that was great for running over hard-packed snow, but not a lot of good for any other type of snow. What is this glass cylinder of some type with a duck-like mouth? My mom showed me this on FaceTime. I thought maybe it could be a drink dispenser, but that seems wrong still. These are the best photos my mom provided me, so I don't have a lot of additional information on it. Any ideas? It's a peanut pourer from the early 1970s. It was originally designed to serve peanuts at your home bar, but would also be for candy or mints. Each guest can pour how many they desire into their hands without touching any others. My parents had one when I was a kid. We had salted peanuts in it. What is this metal object that's been in my family for I don't know when? It looks like a cigar cutter, but the diameter is too small. The guillotine blade locks and unlocks with a button at the base, and it retracts with a spring system. I think 8 millimeters to insert the end of a cigar is too small. The foot is articulated on a hinge, and it is marked on the left 3 and on the right 7. Does anyone know what this is? I found this page at the UK National Archives. And if I have decoded the diamond mark correctly, the design for this object was registered on August 17th, 1881. Looking through the search results leads to a metal cigar rest and cutter registered by August Klein of Vienna. Why would it be too small? Back in the day, you were really only cutting a small portion off, and many people would just bite it off. The U-shaped feet look like a boot pull, but maybe it doubles as a place to rest the cigar while smoking it. What is this old wood with a leather object that looks like a handle I found in the Netherlands? It measures 12 centimeters with no movements and no markings anywhere. I've searched the internet with a reversed image search and came up with nothing. Any ideas are appreciated. It's an aortic compressor. In 1915, Paul Rissman designed this compressor done in wood and leather to press on the abdominal aorta when bleeding was too heavy after delivery. A very simplistic instrument done especially by out midwives. For this reason, you'll find this instrument so rarely in the hospital fundus. What is this solid metal Egyptian-looking scarab? I found it in my grandma's storage container. She's from Venezuela, but used to travel a lot and believes she got it somewhere in Europe a long time ago. It has hieroglyphs on the underside, with no moving parts, and is fairly heavy for its size. Any ideas? It's called a heart scarab. It has a very particular religious meaning, and is the most important amulet in the mummification and burial process in ancient Egypt. But yours is probably a touristic reproduction from the early 20th century. The actual ones of these were used in burial rites in place of the heart of the person buried. The back is inscribed with quotes from the Book of the Dead to help the deceased enter the afterlife. What is this glass disc with letters, numbers, fractions, and special characters? The disc appears to have some kind of printing application. It is about 5 pounds in weight, and the diameter is 8 inches. The metallic middle section that probably goes on a spindle is 4 inches in diameter in the front. There are 2 3-inch and 2-inch circular concentric metallic plates on the back of the disc on a spindle. Any ideas on what this could be? Please tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.